brought my brother with me to review this, because this needs to be shared with more than just me, right?
It absolutely does.
What would you call this? If you just saw this, some dude rolling up on it, would you be like, oh, nice?
My first impression is motorcycle.
So this is the Eahora Knight M1PS. Well, get on, just take off. All right.
I'll tell you one thing I like about it right now that I wish more scooters had.
Yes, the mirrors.
Those.
This is your first time ever riding something like this, right?
It is, actually.
It's in park mode, and you have to hit the brake to get it out of park mode, and then you can take off.
Okay.
Full twist throttle, hit it.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Punch it. We got a little too excited. He forgot his helmet, so he is coming back. There's 3 speed modes. I think you're on speed mode 1. And you'll feel the difference. All right, so hit that mode twice.
All right.
There you go, hit it.
There is nothing about this that feels like a scooter. This is a motorcycle. I don't care what they call it or classify it.
So first impressions.
That is just, well, it's just ridiculously fun is what it is. One thing that I like, which is a little unusual, because I've ridden bikes or motorcycles before. It's low. You're sitting low.
Rider. Yeah.
You're sitting low.
The cool thing too is you can change your posture. So right now, I've got the foot peg closer to the front of the scooter. There's 2 metal brackets that pushes the foot pegs up about 4 or 5 inches. Yesterday when I rode this, I removed this piece and just put them right here. So you got 2 options. And at that point, it's your knee is pretty much at a 90-degree angle. I prefer it like this because what I noticed is when it was set to that first position, when I would turn, it would hit and grind against the road, and that does scare you. Oh. And the cool thing about this is that you can kick them in. So if I didn't tell you how much power this thing had, how big the motor was, what would you have guessed?
Not as much as what you told me.
That's a 4,000 watt motor, which is huge. 1 is 20, 2 is 37, 3 is 51, 52. Let's go. Oh man, 52 miles per hour. That is a good speed. It felt really good and very well balanced at that speed.
I love the acceleration on 3.
That's what we're gonna test out now, but how was the speed?
I had it pegged.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I had it full throttle.
How did it feel?
I didn't have any problem with stability. I am just not used to going that fast on a motorcycle.
Let's test out the acceleration. We know it has a ton of power, 4,000 watt motor, but the weight is just over 180 pounds. Just for fun, come in the gravel and see if you can spin the tire. Yeah, it's spinning. The tire back here is 7.5 inches wide. So even though you have a lot of power, it's still pretty difficult to skid a tire that's 7.5 inches across. Ha da da ha da da ha. Oh! You have a lot of torque. The torque rating on this is just under 180 Newton meters. I am way up here in the mountains and I haven't had this on full throttle. It is too fast and this road is too windy. I hit over a 20% grade and was going 23 miles per hour up it. In fact, I was actually increasing in speed as I was going up it. You got plenty of power for hill climbing. There's a cool safety feature. If you put the kickstand down, it shuts off the motor. So even though the bike's on, hit the throttle, and you can hear that beeping. And then as far as the brakes go, you have beefy levers. And then you have this dial here. As you turn that, it will decrease or increase the play in the lever. And then you got these cool reservoirs on each side. That's your hydraulic oil. The right side controls the rear, left side the front. They do have motor cutoff. I'm gonna go about 30 miles an hour and hit them and see how long it takes to stop.
Different cultures, different weather.
You don't have to put a lot of pressure for hard braking. One thing that you'll notice is that with that big old wheel, you got a lot of surface area hitting the roads. A little light pressure on the levers goes a long ways. I don't know if I like this. And you roll up to a stop. If you don't have your hands on the levers, after about 3 seconds, the scooter goes into park mode. Throttle, no go. You have to hit the brake lever to take it out of park mode, and then you're gone. Next, I want to talk about suspension, because that is important with something this big and fast. You got double spring in the rear, and in the front, a big old motorcycle front fork, and that's got some pretty good travel on there.
It does, actually.
Oh, that is cushy suspension. Loving that. Haven't had any vibration in the eyes. Even the bigger bumps, it's doing pretty good.
It would be fun to go find a rougher patch and see what it feels like.
Hey, there's a rough patch right there.
Doing it. That's not bad at all.
Really?
Yeah, you need to go take this on a ride over there.
You're obviously not going to take this off-road, so
Right.
this is just a little loop here by the lake that we're taking this on to test it, because this is obviously for road, but we want to know how good the suspension is. I was hitting some of these dips, there was about 10 of them right in a row, and I got going so much that my foot pegs actually bottomed out. Here's some air. Oh man, I think I hit the foot pegs on that one. As far as range, they have a range rating of 65 to 75 miles. That obviously depends on how fast you ride it. I made it back from the race test. My average speed on that was close to 30 miles an hour. I was hauling. At one point, I actually hit 60 miles an hour, and the scooter at that speed felt awesome. Like I wanted to go faster. Anyways, my app recorded almost 28 miles with just under 4,000 feet of elevation gain. 4,000 feet, almost 28 miles, an average speed around 30 miles an hour. That is a fantastic range. What would you guess is the recharge time for that battery? 40 amp hours, 70 volts.
14, 15 hours.
Not even close. I'm going to show you the battery charger. So big it has a carrying handle, and then it attaches to the orange cord, which then has this on the end. Never seen a charging cord like that before. I do like the flap. There's a lever you have to push over, and then this just sets right in there. There we go. I plugged this in about 2.5 hours, I think less than 2.5 hours, and it is already fully charged from the range tests. And also take it out, so you put the key in here, you pop this forward, pop out the battery, so if you wanted to just get right back on, you can pick up another battery, throw it in there, it's super easy, and you're on your way. It's got a rider size rating of 5'4" to 6'2", and so if you're a smaller rider, you can pull those handlebars back. We've been riding with them slightly off of, vertical, and at that point, I think it's a very comfortable posture. The other thing that I like is the saddle it's banana shaped, so kind of it holds you in place. It's a nicer leather, it's beaded on the outside, it just looks cool.
I didn't have any problem at all. I thought it was very comfortable.
Moving on to the frame design, I call this a figure 8 frame. Big up here, it comes small, and then it goes big again. It just looks aesthetically pleasing. It's a sexy looking vehicle. Did you like the grips?
I did. There's really nothing aesthetically with any part of this. Grips, seat, fenders, anything that really displeases me. The paint tone, I love how it's kind of got a shiny matte finish. It's kind of ironic that you use those two words together, because matte and shiny usually don't go hand in hand.
You have a motorcycle style headlight, of course, with something like this. And you have high and low beams. You also have turn signals. You've got a horn. And then on the right side, you have hazards. And that's pretty much everything in the cockpit area. Your top 3 favorite features about the Knight M1PS.
The look, the seat, and number 3, speed mode.
I would have to agree with the speed. The takeoff power and how fast this goes is my favorite feature.
Right.
High five it out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.